it's Catherine here from London Hiker, and I am answering some trail walking first timers questions that have come in to me. And the question I'm going to be talking about today is, what if I have nobody to walk with? Can I really do it on my own? So this is really a fear of doing hikes like this on your own. So yeah, it is a big concern of a lot of people actually, because maybe their partner doesn't like walking as much as them. Maybe it's a dream that you've always had, but you have no one to share it with. So yeah, let me talk about that a bit more. Before I get started, this picture is, I love this picture so much, it's so beautiful. It's in Yorkshire, near the village of Sedbergh and the Howgill Fells, and it was actually on the Dales Way, and I was walking there on my own when I was pregnant. So I'd done a lot of trail walks before then, but this was the one that I was possibly the most concerned about, because I was pregnant in the second trimester, I think it was, and I was a little bit, in the back of my mind I had some few concerns, but I want to tell you that if I can do it, you can do it too. Okay, so I really want to encourage you that you can do it. And once you've done it once, there'll be no stopping you. You'll know that you can do these things, and it'll be great. So I want to ask you to think about, what are you afraid of exactly? What is it that is putting you off from doing this walk on your own? And what I suggest is that if you write down each of the different things, so it might be, I'm worried that I might get lost, I'm worried that I might feel awkward and embarrassed, and what do I do in the evening when I'm eating on my own? That would feel a bit weird, and what if someone attacks me or something like that? And then put down counter arguments on the other side. So your concerns are going to be obviously specific to you, so it's hard for me to know exactly where they're coming from. But I can talk about my experience as well. When I first started walking on my own, especially as a woman, because you're always told that it's kind of your fault if you go out on your own, which is totally ridiculous, and logically we know that. We should not let people tell us what we can and can't do. So I was a little bit scared, but it was fine. And for the first time I was walking on my own, I saw people walking towards me in the middle of a remote path, and I just nodded and smiled and said hello, and they said hello, and that was it. It was fine. And now I've just walked loads of places on my own, and people are really friendly, and I actually feel safer walking along a path like this than I do walking in the middle of some suburbs at night time when people are drunkenly stumbling out of pubs and things. So really it is a lot safer than you might think, I think anyway, in my experience. So I definitely recommend you think about your fears and then come up with counter arguments. So what would your best friend tell you in a kind of loving way about coming to terms with your fears, and someone who's going to encourage you, what would they say to you? And think about logical ways that you can take actions to address some of those fears. So I'm going to talk about that now. So the first one is to do some day hikes alone. So don't just set off on your first trail walk having never walked alone. That might be a little bit intimidating. Just do some day hikes alone first and just get used to it. And once you've done that a few times, you'll realise that you can do this. You really can, and you'll be fine. And it will just get you in that feeling of being on your own all day. You might find that you actually really enjoy it. And think, what if? So this is to do with preparation. So when I was doing the Dales Way, when I was pregnant on my own, I would think, what if? So what if, I was feeling unwell and I had to stop my walk and I had to go to hospital or something. So I thought about where I was staying in the various villages, and I just thought, well, I'll just get an ambulance, or I'll call a taxi and it'll be fine. It's not, I'm staying in a B&B, I'll ask them for help to help me, or if I'm out on the trail walking and I feel unwell, then I'll ask someone who is passing by to help me, or I'll look at my map, find a building nearby and go there. So it's just sort of thinking ahead, not to scare yourself, but just so you know what to do in certain situations. So what if I get lost. Well, how to prepare for that is to practice your map reading skills and maybe do some day walks along a trail local to your area and practice that a bit. What if, I don't know, what other things are there? Just try and think ahead and think, how can you prepare to counteract the fears that you have? And the other one is to choose the right trail for your first trail. So if you're particularly worried about getting lost, then maybe choose a national trail. Maybe choose one where it's quite a popular trail, so there's lots of people around. Don't choose a trail that's really, really extreme. You know, we're not talking about doing the Appalachian Trail in the US or the Pacific Coast Trail or anything like that. These are British trails, so they're not going to put you in a massive amount of danger, and the signage is usually quite good. So just maybe choose one of the most popular trails, and maybe just choose one that's a week long, maybe not 2 weeks if you're really worried, and then you'll find out that you can do it after all. And just think of the benefits of doing this on your own. I actually find that it really gives me a big sense of self-esteem. It makes me feel really good about myself. It makes me feel really independent and that I can take care of myself, and just generally really happy because I love doing it. And even if there isn't anyone in your life who shares this dream that you have, that shouldn't stop you doing it. Because I really feel sad if someone has this dream for their whole life and they never get to do it just because they don't have anyone else to go with them. You should do it anyway, really. You'll probably meet people on the trail anyway who'll talk to you and chat to you, so don't worry about it. And the other thing is that if you think, what will people think of me? I'm on my own. You know, in my experience, they just look at you and they think you are brave. They respect you. They think, oh gosh, I couldn't do that. They think, you know, they think highly of you, basically. That's what people think of you when they see you, and people have said that to me when I've been on my own hiking. So just focus on the benefits. So there you go. That was my little pep talk. If you want to plan, organise and prepare for your first long distance path in the next 3 weeks, then you can do it with Trail Walking for First Timers, which takes you through the process step by step of planning, preparing and organising your first trail. And I've got videos, I've got worksheets, I've got checklists, I've got helpful information to help you not get overwhelmed and to actually plan it easily. So you can find out more information about that on walkyourweekends.com/long-join, or you can actually buy this mini course within Walk Your Weekends, which is my bigger package of weekend walking guides. But if you go to that link, you'll find out more information about that. So, right, that's it for today. I hope you're going to do your first trail walk this year, and I will speak to you another time with another answer to another question. Bye!